Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. We have a conversation today about the opportunities in Indonesia, and we have a couple really outstanding speakers who are experts at the opportunities there. And we're going to kick off with Turbot Wijaja, who please correct me with the right pronunciation of your last name. Is that the way to say it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Doc, thank you very much for pronouncing it right. Yes.
It's a miracle. So thank you very much. I appreciate your expertise, all the different kinds of projects that you're involved with. While you're based there, you have operations in so many different places, as you were mentioning, now setting up in Saudi Arabia as well. I appreciate your leadership and all the activities that you're doing. Tell us a little bit more about what you're seeing in the market, and maybe just begin by also introducing yourself a little bit more completely.
Sure. Thank you very much, Doc, for the opportunity. My name is Chelo. I start my company in Australia in year 2000. I done a several exit before 2012 and a six-figure exit. And after that, what I do is I invest in Indonesia in 2012. At that time, when I'm seeing Indonesia in 2012, I saw like, wow, this is an emerging market. It's not easy to get in, but looks like it's easy because you have to deal with a lot of people, different manpower, different culture. So it took me about 5 to 8 years to get it established, including like local government, local culture, understand what they want, because they got so much resources, so much opportunity that just need to be found. So it took me 5, 8 years after we established a company, corporate company, supply chains, then everything is kicked off. Then, as you know, in Southeast Asia, Indonesia is one of the largest, pretty much the tiger of the Southeast Asia. So there's a lot of foreigners trying to get in there, but when they get in there alone, and then without a local guy, of course, to find a local guy is not easy. I also finding a trouble too. So when you find a local guy and you shape the company, you shape the corporate culture, and things gonna change into the better way. So Doc, I think that's a little bit intro about myself. So I'll let you go back to the drawing board, and I'll go back with that.
Thank you very much. So as you've continued to expand your connections there, tell us a little bit more about some of the things you're personally involved with.
Okay, let's put it this way. What I have to tell you, the mistake I made in 2012 to 2020 to 2018. Okay, I have X amount of money I invest in Indonesia. Okay, what I forgot is I do not use X amount of money, a percentage, to invest in Indonesia relationship. I repeat again. I fail to invest X amount of my time and money to invest the relationship in Indonesia, especially with the local thing, local authority, everything. Because if you really want to go in one country, you cannot just go with the really like straightforward things. Okay. So a lot of foreigners make a mistake. I have a lot of friends, a lot of investors, they make a mistake. They just, okay, I don't have to mention the big name. If you see on the news, there are many big names from Chinese there. They're coming in, they make a mistake. Because if you don't build a relationship with the local things, it's just not gonna work. Then in 2016, I did a pivot back into the business. My entire group of company, that's about 5 at that time, I entirely pivot everything from ground up. It take me 3 or 4 years to build up the relationship. Everything just get better and better. They make your life easier, Doc. So this is really my personal experience.
Do you live in Indonesia now?
I was born in Indonesia. I live in Australia, but in the last 1 year,
Okay.
I spent 10 months traveling to Middle East. I repeat again, Middle East. Okay, as you know, Indonesia is the largest contribution of Umrah and the praying for the Middle East, because if we can connect these both countries, it's going to be massive. It's really massive. So I spend mostly right now in Middle East.
Okay. Which part of Indonesia are you from?
Right now, I previously from Medan, very close to Singapore, so it's probably the third and the fourth largest city in Indonesia after Jakarta, Surabaya, and yeah, Bandung and then Medan.
Got it. And so when you talk about the local authorities, what types of local authorities are you talking about?
Okay. All right, let's say you want to set up a business. Okay, you can read all the news. Okay, it's easy, get your money and invest in. Yes and no. When I say no, is this because there are so many hierarchy on the government there. Okay, so if you don't know the right guy that can help you and guide into that guy into to make your life easier, then you're gonna be paying a lot more. You're gonna be spending a lot more time to get the things done. But most of the time, the thing not even get done because if they think you're a foreigner, you don't even adapt. Okay, which is mean in arranging your company name, company details, registration, arranging a local team, and then another patent trademark. This really I spent before I have a lot of headache, a lot of trouble, but now everything become much easier. Okay, all right, you got the corporate done. The next one, what is the next problem? You want to expand your warehouse. If you expand your warehouse, right, which is mean you need a local license to arrange the distribution thing. So there's a lot of local bureaucracy that you have to deal with. So if you don't invest on the right guy, with the right partners, with the right local team, then you're going to end up dealing with all the problem and it's going to be costing you a lot of your time for nothing.
Got it. But which product areas and which business areas have you learned that lesson from?
Okay, I have invested in Indonesia on F&B businesses. I also invest in Indonesia on a supply chains company, which I have right now at the same time. I also invested in Indonesia for the health and beauty ecosystem, and we also own our own beauty clinic. Means to open one clinic alone, you need 7 licenses. That is overlap, just you have to get it done. So if you really go straightforward, you got no one there, believe it, you're not gonna open your first clinic after 3 or 4 years. Forget it. It's just gone. So
Wow.
that's my friend asking me, Doc, hey Chubert, so can I just really just do everything just straightforward like that? Not really. You just need to understand your business, find the right partners, get it going, then it's gonna be a game changing. Don't forget, in Indonesia is a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of good people there. But if you understand the local culture, how to play with that, how to work with that, then we good to go.
Okay, interesting. How would you compare that kind of ecosystem and what's required versus Singapore, let's say, and then also maybe versus Australia and Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is relatively new to you, and now you're jumping in. So, what makes that more attractive? And then, in the sense of the additional administration that's required that you mentioned about Indonesia, it must be easier in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, let's start with Australia, where I start my first visit in year 2000, selling on eBay, I make a ton of money on that time. Okay, but by 2012, the regulation is a lot more. The competition is there. The Chinese company is dumb over there. The price and the margin, earning per $100 become only $2 from $100 to $100. So it's getting depleted. Okay, then I look at Indonesia. Okay, when I compare Indonesia into Singapore, in terms of population, Indonesia is much bigger. Okay, so we're targeting medium to the low one for the mass produce so we can get more population. Okay, so if you see the most successful company in the world, mostly they target the largest population or most population, not a minority. Don't forget, I don't get me wrong, Singapore is a good country, but in my opinion, Singapore is good for fundraising. But Indonesia's size is really good for the market size, a pilot project. Okay, then you are asking me, why Saudi Arabia? There's a lot of people asking, why don't you go to Malaysia? Why don't you go to Philippines? Why don't you go somewhere first? Look, the first time I have been invited by Indonesian embassy to Riyadh several years ago, I thought that country is like a desert. It's hot. And I was going there in January. I didn't bring any jacket. Okay. I thought I'm gonna see a camel. I'm just like pretty much. Believe it or not, I come there, it's a winter, it's an 8 degree in Riyadh. That is like first impression. I was shocked. Okay, all right, fine. As soon as I bought the plane, off the plane, I saw the country. The road is so big. The city is so well. First time, remember, I'm first time. Then I go there and I meet the people. I go into the hotel. I look at the car. I look at the infrastructure. It's brilliant. They are expanding very fast. Okay. Then I look at it. Okay. Why over there are not many franchise store? Why over there are not so many technology? What? Yes, the country is rich. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay, but they are more like about like that before they haven't opened yet. They only open this influence in the last 3-4 years. Then I saw this opportunity. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. I am not talking about Dubai. Dubai is already well developed with all the influence from foreign. How I make my first, fortune in Australia is in year 2000, where at that time, that not many foreign, influence. So Indonesia, okay, is there now, but Saudi Arabia is even like very new. So I saw these two countries. If I connect it well, and see Indonesia is the largest contribution for the umroh, the praying, that means I can connect our ecosystem in a one singular payment system without thinking a credit card payment, and it's all going to be integrated back into our own fintech.
Got it. So that's a good contrast, and really appreciate that. Going back to Indonesia, then, what are some of the opportunities that we should be thinking about, given that huge population, the expansion of growth of economics, the move of the capital? So there's infrastructure issues as well, and just infrastructure, period, whether the capital was being moved or not, and technology. What are you seeing on the ground there in terms of these kinds of opportunities we should be looking at?
Okay, let's look at back into the back. Indonesian is have a lot of natural resources. One of the biggest palm oil producer, coffee, and all the raw material. So if people that really want to go to Indonesia and look for this raw material, Indonesia got abundant of this. The matter question is, how are you going to find the right guy, the right partner to do it? And I would love to share this information, how to find the right partners. Because normally, if you come as a foreigner, you just straight in, go to the market. Of course, you're going to be paying premium. The question is you have to find the right team, the right partner, the right local guy. Okay. Second, okay, let's not talk about the new capital. They move into the new capital. Look, I've been meeting with the director of investment for the new capital. We have been offered a few subsidies, subsidized, to move over there. I am very confident personally. Okay, moving into the new capital means it provided a new opportunity. Okay, since we also own an ecosystem, we see our own technology. We also have a beauty clinic, and we're going to be open a hospital. We have been approached by the government. Why not? I got more fundraising, get the project done, open another hospital there based on technology, which never been done before. Okay, so a lot of people are questioning again, if you move to new capital, what about Jakarta? What's happened to Jakarta? Well, I guess Jakarta is going to stay alive. Okay, it's still an economic city, the largest in Indonesia. So the capital going to take about 5, maybe another 8 years to get settled down. So you get opportunity for the new capital. You still get a huge chunk of opportunity economic in Jakarta and a natural resources over there.
Got it. Okay, so I think what you're saying then is both cities represent lots of opportunity in the country overall, of course.
Okay, the new capital will have a lot of opportunity for a new renewable energy and real estate, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because they just open up the forest. So the capital, the real estate, the renewable energy, this is what they focus on, the basic infrastructure. So, but if you're talking about Jakarta is still the economic city, economic center of Indonesia. So a lot of government officials still there, a lot of businesses, the banking still there, and then a lot of startups still accumulated in Jakarta.
Got it. I don't know much about Medan, where you're from. How long did you live there, and how do you still have some operations there as well?
Okay, Medan is actually the largest city in Sumatra. Sumatra is one big island bigger than Java, I guess so. And also Sumatra, Medan is also the largest palm oil producer in Indonesia. It may become the largest probably in the world because Indonesia is one of the largest exporters. Okay, if you pay attention into the palm oil expo, it's always in Indonesia, it's always held in Medan. Always. Always. Yes. So that is Medan.
Okay. I'm very familiar with the palm oil business in Malaysia, and I thought they were the ones that dominated the market. But I think what you're saying is Indonesia may be even bigger.
Yes, correct. If well, compare with Malaysia, but when it comes to Sumatra, Medan, pretty much there's a lot of it. There are lots of conglomerate there stay in Medan based on oil money, which is the palm oil.
I see. There were concerns about the sustainability and the impact, the environmental impact of that industry. Do you know anything about that and how that has evolved?
Yes, I do because palm oil, the tree is suck in a lot of waters. It really damages the surrounding tree and environment. That's why they are moving to Borneo, And after 40 years of the thing, they have to burn it down, cut it down. So it's really, you know, it's a local things. We have to go through that.
Okay, but it sounds like the industry continues to be thriving.
Thriving and a lot of a lot of Medan conglomerate, they even like now going abroad to Africa, not just Borneo, the Kalimantan. So they tried because
Yeah.
it's nearly full. It's nearly full with the palm oil. Everything fighting for the land.
Okay. I just have one more question, and then I'll open it up to the audience for questions. You have talked about your own business, in health and beauty clinics. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and the market, and where you see the opportunity in the future?
Okay, Doc, I have to start with that. I am right now 45 years old. Okay. I am a product of my company. I know health and beauty is getting more expensive every year. Okay. At that time, no one is even making it affordable, much more cheaper. So when at that time, 9 years ago, I invest on this business with Joey, my co-founder, I said, we gotta make beauty, we're gonna make healthcare to be much more affordable. So we spent a lot of money on a patent. We spent countless of time, countless of hours building our own SaaS, patent, travel around the world for the right treatment. So it take us, after 7 years, we opened our first beauty clinic in Medan during pandemic dark. You know what happened at that time in 2021 in November? I made Google Map red in our city, in our surrounding for 1 kilometers. Google Map red become red. Okay. Because why? We offer free facial, we pretty much like chop up the price, become 1/3. Okay, so people like it because I know if I can make it affordable, the same quality, then we're good to go. All right, so now we got our beauty clinic. Now we even starting next month, I am going to launch with our team the first medical aesthetic equipment that run on our own Android base. Okay, Doc, have you been in any hospital? Have you been in any beauty clinic, right? I don't like the machine. Because why? It's white, it's ugly, the cabling is everywhere. So we invent a new, after 3 years of R&D, we invent our new aesthetic medical equipment that run on Android, connect to you as a customer, sending you a medical record system, sending an email, even WhatsApp, even like the entire of your treatment from today until the rest, wherever you go in our clinic. That is what we do. So from clinic, now we build our own IoT. And then the next year, we are waiting for FDA and BPOM approved. And don't forget, our machine FDA approved already last year. So even our serum for whitening gonna be affordable. It's a 1/5 of the price compared to US. Don't get me wrong, from Korea.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So do you have the case where you have medical tourism where you've got people coming into Indonesia for those services, or is that maybe too early for that?
This is the other way around. You see, I come to Korea a lot. I make a lot of deals. I just signed up this week 3 more plastic surgery hospital deal in South Korea. The idea is to open more clinic in Indonesia and Saudi Arabia and use the database and monitor and send them over back to plastic surgery in South Korea, Bangkok, or Vietnam, or whatever it is. The other way, Doc. I'm doing the reverse one.
I see. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much. Nima and Yuka and others for joining. Thank you. Do any of you have questions for Turbot, please? And any additional thoughts that you'd like to add, Yuka or Nima or anyone else? Oh, hi,
Hello.
Yuka. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
I know this is
So,
Yuka Turbot is a world-renowned globalization and localization expert, helping people develop products or the localized communication and marketing of products in local communities around the world. She's Global Chamber Barcelona and Spain Executive Director. Please go ahead, Yuka.
thank you. Thank you very much for this very interesting talk, because part of it is your story just it was interesting and easy enough to understand your points, that in Indonesia we really have to involved with the relationship building. And I do understand it, because some of the part of Asia is just like that. I mean, talk about my country, Japan, right? Without relationship building, there's nothing. I mean, it's really nothing. And the same is here in Spain. I'm based in Spain, and I saw Japanese companies failed, and it was impressive, because Japanese people do understand relationship building, but didn't do the right way, in the local way, coming from Japan to Europe. So it's I see your point of count on with really local partners and local experts like yourself. It just hit me like that. And thank you very, very much for this nice storytelling. And maybe I'm going to re-listen to your story to learn about it. And as for Indonesia, I'm a really big fan of Bali. I went there decades ago, and I have some friends, and I really longing to go back. And it's a very nice country. And congratulations for your success all over the world. And I'm going into some Orient market, I mean Saudi market as well. So I would love to hear your more story about Saudi later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuka. What is your time frame, Turbot, in Saudi Arabia? What are you hoping to do in the next year to a few years? Oh, Turbot, are you there?
Yes. You asking me, or you asking Yuka?
Oh, sorry. I was asking you, Turbot, in terms of your plans going forward there. What does the timeline look like?
Okay. I think like I have to give you a clue. Okay. How I enter Saudi in the first place. Okay. Doc, like Yuka say, I also emphasize local culture is number one. Would you believe when I first time I go to Saudi and I learn how to speak in Arab?
Wow.
That is how I really get my first investors, because I know if you want to do a business with a local guy, you don't even understand their language. Okay, you hold on into the English. It just doesn't really come to chemistry. So I go in there, I got investment, I got the deal done on the first meeting. And after that, right now, in the next 12 to 14 months, 12 to 24 months, we want to open our beauty clinic in Riyadh, bringing our IoT, bringing our SaaS, bringing our ERP, even bringing our like plastic surgery from Korea. So what I learned the most is really understand the local, and you are good to go.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, if you don't mind, we'd like to now switch over to Penny. Penny, welcome with ILA Consulting. You are an expert on helping companies land in Indonesia, particular expertise on Jakarta and Bali. And so I don't know whether you know Turbot or not, but hopefully you guys get to meet and connect and
Yes,
support each
happy to
other.
meet.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of synergy there.
Yeah, yeah. I listened, sorry, a bit late because just finished from work and so on. So hi, Tabit. How do you go?
Hi.
Tabit, right? Hi,
Nice
nice
to
to
meet
meet you here. Yeah, yeah. But that was absolutely what Tabit said is 100% almost everything is correct. Like when you're dealing in Indonesia, there's so many regulations that you need to follow, local culture that you need to follow. Me, I'm based mostly in Bali, so I'm doing a lot of real estate, tourism, medical tourism, a lot of industry coming in and like beauty clinics, BPOM, etc. They want to build, to bring in their product, even they want to create their products here. So I got many inquiry from Russia, and then from Japan also, and then one from China. Even in China, they're trying to make collaborations. The thing is, when you make uh, when you make a business in a high level, I mean like highly regulated, it's almost impossible you're doing it alone. You need to have someone on ground, because even Jakarta and Bali, we have a different region, how to where to contact, like how to connect, how to reach out, which regulations to follow. Indeed, for foreign owned company, it's based in Jakarta, but when you're dealing in Bali, you're dealing in Lombok, you're dealing in Sumba, you're dealing in many regions, what we call province, they follow the local regulation. At some point you need to follow that. So sometimes it's confusing. Okay, Bali is one of the most how to say exciting place to visit to make business in real estate, as I said, real estate, medical, so on. But uh, when they first time arrive here, they like blank. They don't know about everything, nothing, like no nothing. So my and then because it's in a foreign owned, the how to say it, the headquarter regulate everything for them, the investment board. And then when they come to region to province, it will be confusing where I need to follow, where I should go. And then when I said this and the other way around, and then they said, huh, where I need to go then, Penny? Okay, so that's why that was the idea why I got why I have office in Jakarta and in Bali as well, to bridging the technicality points. So that's it. Well, and yes, now in Asia, Indonesia also competing with many of Asian countries, Southeast Asia especially. We have in real estate, we have competitor like Thailand. We have also competitor like Philippines. Philippines offer beautiful islands, you know. But if you go to Raja Ampat, more to east, it's on. There's nothing can compare to Raja Ampat. Raja Ampat still the best. Then it's not now also people trying to get a resource from Raja Ampat, which is I don't want, because we have so many beautiful coral there, need to protect it, and mining wants to go there, and which is this one that um, our government try to protect. So only tourism, ecotourism. Now in Bali, Sumba, and in Lombok, they're trying to build the eco tourism. So yes, I agree with Turbit actually. How it's you need to blend in, how you need to understand your market, and in Bali, the target is can be local or can be foreign, because it's like a melting pot for a foreigner. There are a lot of it. We have a lot of digital nomad, remote worker already open. Now it's very easy to come in actually. So there's a market here where you want to target. So let's say beauty clinic. I don't know, Turbit, you have beauty clinic in Bali?
Not yet. We're just looking for
You
the right
have
partner.
to. You have to. You have to open, compete. Like I also have so many doctors friends, they have a beauty clinic in Jakarta. They want to also expand here. I have clients that trying to formulate something in Bali to create, because we are here but we are more organic in Bali, everything is organic. So yeah, perhaps some of the foreign tourists, you can say, they are willing to go because in Indonesia they are cheaper. Come on, if you want to have a plastic surgery in America, it's very expensive. If you want to have a Botox, even it's more expensive in there. So when they do their travel to Bali, they're planning to have also a sufficient of a nice, comfortable, convenience clinic to visit. But again, not many clinics are registered well.
Yeah.
As you know, it's very long journey to have. But if you're aiming to be sustainable business, you have to go through there. If you don't want to only fail for 1 or 2 years, no, it's impossible in 1 or 2 years because to get the license, it can be take 2 years to get everything done. So yes, but that's a huge market. Yeah, yeah, and now we have in Bali, we have the hospital. You know, foreign doctor able to come now to perform actually. So it's just exactly. It's just you need to have a good local partner to dealing with, and yeah,
Okay.
that's the challenge. That's the challenge. But yes, as me and Turbit can introduce for some people to do it.
Sure.
Okay. When each of you talk about beauty clinics, what does a beauty clinic mean? What does that mean?
Beauty clinic is okay. Clinic is one level from hospital actually. If you're doing clinic that perform in hospital, so let's say like you want to do plastic surgery, you can have in a beauty clinic, but it's more licensed to do it. You need to
Okay.
have a proper doctor, certified doctors, different requirements. If you do general clinic, it's a different requirement as well. And you know what I found missing in Bali and in Indonesia? There's less orthopedic clinic actually. We don't have the one that you do a posture, the one that you do a neurosystem with the. There's there's none. There's some
Wow.
people that actually already have uh, how to say a resort. Okay, so this is one package actually. If you do already do real estate in Bali, you have your own resort. You have people that doing uh, how to retreat in your yoga, and so it will be good added value if you have a clinic to support their business. So it's like in one place you have everything for retreat, for generate stem cell and everything. It's none. I don't think I don't know. There's none in Jakarta actually for this one. I don't know if Terbit know this one,
None of
but not in
that.
Bali.
There
There's
is
none.
not Bali, not in Indonesia because look,
Yes,
the market still needs that dark. Okay,
yeah,
when
exactly.
we really for beauty clinic, including laser, including Botox, filler,
Botox, yes.
everything, knit trading. Even my face, 2 months ago, I got done a 16 lift trading on my
Oh,
face.
really?
Yes, I have to be honest. That look, so my face not really original anymore. Oh, that one.
Yeah, yeah. But this is the like the populations like female is like 51% more than so you have a huge market for that. Now even people like nose job, like yeah, lifting. I said stem
Yeah.
cell. Stem cell. It's I think less. I don't see many clinic doing the stem cell actually because it regenerates your cells, everything. So it's a high tech machine that you need to bring in into Indonesia. Yeah, that's the challenge. But if there's no one providing, then it's the
Yes.
market. Yeah, it's something that you need to consider to open. Yeah.
I see. Interesting. Besides those areas, where are you seeing some of the areas we should be thinking about for investing in Indonesia? What are the hot areas in the next year or two?
Well, in East Indonesia now is developing more. Okay, in terms of tourism, real estate, Lombok, Sumba. That is many of I have many clients prospect that looking for a land because Sumba is now open. They have a beautiful islands, beach. You go for surfer there, and then they're not developed like Bali. So if you want to be the first, the starting point is now because it can be developed in the next 3 to 5 years. Seems like capital city. It will not be in one time one go. It will take time, and then when it's the time, then you will be the first.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, and then it's the compared to Bali, the land is still affordable, you know, and then you can even buy the cliff. So you can buy a resort to build like 30, 50 villa and so on. Yes. And it still like makes sense in terms of cost. So you can have whatever you want, like building a resort to medical tourism there. But yes, it's possible. And I hope so. It's not only in Jakarta, people can go visit more to east because it's not equal distribute now. Like in Sumatra, there's the palm oil there. Yes, here in Borneo now people are for coal. Sulawesi is for nickel. Now tourism, I think, is more to Sumba, Lombok, Raja Ampat there. So I don't want. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that for now.
okay. Could you let us know a little bit more about how you help people coming in to Indonesia? What are the specific services that you're providing?
So what I provide is more to corporate legal, business licensing, advising on where to invest actually, how to invest, and connect them with the local government as well to guide them. And then I do on the purchasing of land as well, due diligence, company due diligence, on like that. Business planning if you want to. So actually start from scratch, but yeah, but starting for real estate, we are looking, we help them to look for a land and then connect them with the, because to build, to get a contractor, constructions company is complicated. So I help them to find that too. The constructions, set up everything actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds
More,
interesting.
sounds boring actually. It's
It
complicated.
does. That's when
Yeah.
you're helping people advance and everybody's making money, that sounds like a
Yeah, I'm
good thing.
happy if they're making money. So yes, but
Yeah.
yeah, because like they came here, know only a few informations, and then you need to guide them. This is how you should do it. This is how you connect, and then explain detail by detail. It's quite challenging but exciting at the same time.
Okay. Maybe for both of you, the last time I was in Indonesia a few years ago, and one of the feelings I got was an overwhelming sense of positivity about the future that uh, I only went to Bali and Jakarta and Bandung and kind of especially the Bandung Jakarta area. And there was just so much happening and everybody was moving forward with
Yeah.
technology and infrastructure and just everything. I'm getting a sense from you that what's happening now is just the next steps of just further progress. Are people remaining optimistic? How does the future look? How is the economy right now? How are things on the ground, and what do you expect in the next few years?
Me.
Oh, either of you. Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
And if you have an opinion about any of that, that would be great.
Well, I'm hoping so. The new uh, the new regime has to come soon.
Yeah.
Our new president's coming. I hope Indonesia get more and more continue on an investment, on opening for investor, for an investor, and we have a better infrastructure. I hope not only in Jakarta. Now in Bali, we are planning to build also LRT, the MRT.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the good uh, program or initiative by the previous president, and then it will be continue to our new governments, and then more to more to open because in some, let's say like Bali and then the touristic area, our biggest contribution is the tourists, you know. So and then we have to be able to compete with another countries that has a better infrastructure, has a better regulations, and then more easy to come. Then
Yeah.
as you know, we have also golden visa, second home visa. We are very open for anyone that want to take Indonesia as their second home. So this is my hope in the next 5 years, that it can be more flexible, easy, and more open up to all investment. Yes,
Okay.
including like the smart city going now, EV, like coming in. So I would like to have that in Indonesia.
Okay. No, that's great news. Turbot, how about you? How do you see the prospects?
I have been in Bali in the last 2 months, maybe 3 times or 4 times, but it's only for a few days at a time. I've been visiting.
Ah,
Yes, yes, I've been visiting Nuanu. I've been visiting the Coin Fest,
ah,
the crypto. I've been visiting a DG Fest that arranged by Cominfo.
oh yeah, Coin Fest.
Bali,
Yeah.
it
Yes,
just so much.
amazing.
Doug, let's put it this way. I go back into your first question. What do you, if asking me, what do I really think have to invest first, right? I would suggest, fellow friends, invest on relationship first. Before you decide go to real estate or anything in Indonesia, you invest on relationship first. Then you pick that relationship. What is the most important, aligned with your investment thesis? Then you go in. That is really my advice, Doc. Because Indonesia got so much opportunity. Bali is brilliant. I even thought, well, then much more advanced than Bali. But when I go to Bali, go deep in the business, I'm quite lost. The government there is so supportive. The government of Bali is so
Eh,
supportive. I'm just like shocked. I'm like, really? Is this happening? It's just different, Doc. So yeah, I would say advice
yeah,
less
yeah,
on
yeah,
relation.
yeah.
Very,
Bali
very
has
good.
yeah, yeah. You come to, okay, now even Wanu become a place when we want to have an event, Coin Fest and something
Yes.
like that. So and then now it's become more and more, become they establish an event every month, concert, opera, digital technology. It's happening a lot now. And now
Okay.
the new governor also want to bring up that now they, so there's a lot of region in Bali, only one that now develop more. Now they become more to another region, what we call it Tabanan, and then also they expand more, they open for foreign investor because they want to build also hospital, they want to build Tonwanu is a part of Tabanan as well. So they want to bring many and many more. And then now I think they want to also develop in Ubud. So it's Gianya region. And they actually really open. That's true what Turbit said. It's not as complicated as that. It's just like you need to know where to connect. The relationship is important.
Okay.
We don't not forget it.
I'd like to have each of you make a final comment, but before I do, I'd like to ask the audience, are there any questions for either Turbit or Penny about what they've talked about, or any other comments? And just please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question or make your statement.
Yeah. I have Spanish friends who open a
Yeah,
savings school.
sorry, I
Wow,
have
yeah,
just
yeah.
one question. This is Yuka again. Sorry to invade this space, but I have a questions to Tavit. When you say invest in relationships, how can we do this in a practical manner? Would you suggest what exactly you mean? What do you mean by investing in relationship? How can I start building the relationship?
Okay.
If you can.
You can't. Okay. What I didn't previously forgot to mention is I also have an investor from Japan, from Kawagoe, Saitama City. Okay.
Next to
Look,
me, yes.
so when I go to Japan, I talk to thousands of people, hundreds of people. I just don't get the chemistry. I just have the feeling, because I know if I want to go big, I go to South Korea, I go to any country, I go to Indonesia like before. If I don't found that chemistry, I don't really invest my time going in there, talk to the people, blend in with them, feel them, go through with them, and find the right chemistry. Then if you just throw in the money, and I guess it won't work. I guess Nanny will tell you it just like, because you're gonna like a blind side is going, you're gonna get, because I nearly go bust, Yuka. 2016, I make a very big mistake because I do not invest on relationship with the local authority, with the local network. I nearly collapsed. That is like my biggest regret, because my partner from China told me, Turbot, I know you from there, but you don't really invest in a relationship. Okay, I'll give example. Okay, I'm sure Nina, I don't want to say too vulgar, okay? So you can sit down by authority, say hello, a monthly thing, that is the relationship that you have to build in a very, very tiny thing. Get a dinner together, lunch, not just because you need them, you talk to them. No, right, Nanny? It's gonna be a biggest mistake you have ever made.
Yeah.
In Indonesia, you just have to build even you don't need them yet. So it's a relationship that I'm really referring to. And during that time, you can distinguish, Yuka, this guy is right for you or not. Then you can go along the way. No, I don't like this chemistry. I go. Then you already have your own way. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah,
Yuka.
and the fine line here is because I have some kind of situation like this, that can I invite, or I mean, it's people from the government side, maybe they don't accept, because it's if we invite for dinner or lunch or even drinks, it can be seem like bribing, right? So that's what I was kind of asking without saying. What do you mean by doing this in a very subtle way to build a relationship, but not to be taken as
Bribing.
that's a very, very subtle line, and it's a kind of art, I think. And I think you mastered that art. That's why I asked the question.
You have exactly the same question when I was born in Indonesia. I lived in it for 25 years. I am lost. I'm like you on 2012, 2016. I asked that question. I don't know. But Nani, I'm going to say this, all right? Okay, I'm going to say not too much. When you go in there, you don't actually go for the lunch or dinner, not like a Western life culture. You go in there, you talk, you from that tiny relationship that you can see the sign. Okay, this guy want to be friend with you. Then you don't say, okay, Yuka, let's go dinner. No. You can start with little thing. When they pay your visit, that is a little thing that you start on that line. Then from
Actually,
that one,
it's very simple. Actually, Tarbit, it's actually really simple. We start from the small thing. Like when you are in a, how to say it, in a coffee shop, in a warung, you can say like, you can talk even to a parking man, you can talk to a parking man, you can talk to the waiter, but we have no idea that turns out these people know someone. I just speak to them, I just talk to them, and then the day after I met him again, hey, just say hi, until they open up. Actually, I don't know if you can get this feeling that actually these people are open up for you. So this is that I always maintain, because especially in Bali, everyone can come to your office. So we have like how to say it, a local police. We said a local police, like Banjar. I know Terbit is familiar with these terms. I make friends with them, even though it's for nothing actually. Just make them as my friends. That is that I always put in my mind, so because sometimes also people are very sensitive in here, even though they are friendly. So I don't want to be like very straightforward, because we are also very straightforward, especially foreigner. We are very straightforward. What do you want? A, B, C, D, E, but sometimes with Indonesian you need to be more playful sometimes, and then that's why it's
Great
hard, like
answer.
to be taken
Yeah,
wrongly
thank
by
you very
them.
much. Yeah.
another thing I want to add, Yuka. Okay, maybe the first time it's very hard for you to scrambling around what's going on. But my best advice is, when you found the right local guy, one guy that opened up that network, hold that one to your chest closely, because when they open line, keep that line, you're gonna be flourished, because they keep you on the background on that one. That is my advice.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Great. Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Sir. Thank
And
you.
a really good question, Yuka, because we're kind of doing some dancing around it, but I know, and this is way before your time in my career early in Asia, I was not allowed to go to Indonesia because of bribery. As a corporate person with DuPont, we had to work through intermediaries and have, a way of not being directly potentially implicated in business in Indonesia. So everything was through multiple channels. Different reason from Japan, but it built around that. I think there have been progress, meaning less of that, right? Better transparency, but it's still, I think, part of the overall business culture that we need to be aware of, I believe. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So thank you for sharing all of that. And I know it's a sensitive subject. Before we close, could we hear from each of you kind of as a wrap up for anything else we should be thinking about for opportunities? Which one of you would like to go first, and then we'll close the room?
It's okay. Tarbit can do first. It's okay. I think.
Yes. Okay. All right. Look, I really want to thank you very much for Doc for introducing the time on this. I would be very happy. I would like to really help you, Doc, your network on this one. If you want to establish, of course, I'm more on the technology side, and Nani is more on the Bali and real estate side. I've been in 25 years doing technology, SaaS, ERP, programming, and then, of course, I build a very my good skill is building relationship with, I would say, government money. So I really don't want to say that, but yes. So if you need anything on that one, Doc, I would love to help. Or Yuka, or yeah. And also, I always been invited, especially on the trade fair. So I just noticed there's a guy, someone just text on that one. So I would love to help that one too. So yeah, for me, actually, yes. Thanks, Doc. I think that would be it for me.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing today. Great to learn more.
Yes, and for me, well, firstly, thank you. I've been in this group, actually. We took dogs like how many months already, but never been in these conversations joining, because time difference is also either at 7 a.m. or 11 p.m. my time. So it's hard. And yes, so if you need anything about the business structure, how to enter Indonesia, more to the corporate, more to legal. Actually, I'm more to legal on the business side. Well, apart than technology, well, Tarbit can help in technology here to bring in something. Well, everyone can reach out to me, starting like business plan, market research, everything on this industry in Indonesia. Well, especially if you go to Bali, just come to me. And see you in Bali too, Tarbit.
Of course, I'll pay you a visit. But normally I'm there for 2 days. If not, I am too stressful. You know what I go, Nani? I go for a retreat. I'm looking at the trees.
Are you looking at?
It's a beautiful place, one of the most beautiful. Yeah. And in fact, my wife and I were talking about vacations next year, and she said, the best place we've ever been to is Bali. And
Bali has changing so much, so you should come.
It's been a few years, so I look forward to the opportunity the next time. Thank you both. Thanks everybody in the audience.
So much.
Turbit, did you have something else?
I have a few guys like asking on that one. Because in due respect, I would like to ask your advice. What should we do? Because rather than I just throw in the contact detail, look, how can I help you, Doc? How can I help your global chamber network to answering them? I would love to, but before step into your tube. So yes.
Well, we'll get you into the network for sure. Let's go back and forth and get that, because in addition to the Indonesia and the Australia connection, the activity in Saudi Arabia is also quite extraordinary. And so we'd love to be able to help and to support, and also to work with you and collaborate as well there. So we'll let's definitely get you involved there and bring you to our members as well, in Saudi Arabia and Indonesia and Australia. But where in Australia is your base? Is it Sydney?
Sydney. I was
Okay.
based in Sydney.
Very good. Okay. Well, that's really all good news. So we'll definitely get you involved. I love your, not just your knowledge and your expertise, but your energy level and your passion about what you're doing, your serial entrepreneurial aspect, the variety of different products that you're involved with and services. And so you fit in well to the global tribe. So welcome. We'll figure something out.
Thank you, Doc. For the members that listen to this, if they need my help, well, sure, Doc, you can share my details, from your end, because it's a respect for me to you. Look, I would love to support your network to grow global chambers.
I think, and in closing, I would say one of the things that really connects us to you as the Global Chamber is your emphasis on relationship. It's something as a German, Polish American, I began to understand at a deeper level by living in Japan and living in Singapore and traveling to Indonesia and China and understanding relationships, I think at a deeper level in countries where that really, really matters. It matters everywhere, but it matters more in some areas. And I think it's a great reminder for all of us to remember, especially for Americans who don't usually put that first, that it should be first. And I love the way that you described it as being really the first step. So thank you very much for your time, for your advice. Thank you both, and thank you everyone. Have a great rest of your evening,
Yeah.
and
Thank
Nani,
you.
we'll make sure that the timing of these is better in the future for sure.
Yeah, I hope.
We
Because I
will.
would like to join, but every time I saw in my calendar, I said, "Oh my God, 7 a.m.,
Yeah,
11 p.m."
we'll get some more in. Thanks,
Yes,
everybody.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Doc.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Terbi. Thank
Bye.
you, Yuka.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.